All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Let's talk about the title of this live, What Now? What the F Now? And health, wealth, relationships, right? Those are the kind of the three pillars. I think of it like three legs on a bar stool. It's stable, it's secure. Three is it's enough, right? When I have everything I could ever want in my health, the way that my body looks, the way that my body feels, and then wealth, the zeros in my bank account, the way that finances are flowing, the way that I'm creating my career and I'm thinking of like scaling my business or climbing the corporate ladder. And then relationships, the way that I'm relating to other people, but more importantly, the way that I'm relating to myself. This is where like mindset might come in. So that fourth element, that fourth leg, that when you move from a bar stool with the three legs of health, wealth, and relationships, that fourth leg is the fourth pillar. It is the one that all of a sudden becomes a table. It becomes something really stable, right? You've got the four legs to a table. That fourth element is the unseen. It is something that is so incredibly divine. It is the reason why you are here. It is the reason why your soul, your spirit, your essence is inside your body at this moment in time and why you're experiencing this life. That is your purpose. You have a very divine, incredibly plotted, planned, mapped out life that you are meant to express, that you are meant to live. That is your soul. That is who you are. That is who you be. And when you allow it to land into your body, when you allow it to fuse and become physical, right? So your spirit and your physical body become one. Another way we might say this is when your ego mind, the mindset, lands in and becomes aligned with your heart, the essence, the soul, the spirit, again, who you are, who you be outside of the body, outside the vehicle of your physical realm. When those are speaking to one another, when those are in alignment with one another, that is when life becomes so incredibly fascinating. And you have this amazing certainty about you, this confidence, this clarity that you know you are rolling out of bed every single day and living your life on purpose and in purpose. And so it's one of those things that, especially, with what I do as, well, there's many different modalities that I teach, right? But the clients that I work with, and this is what I was feeling into, they're so willing. They are so not only ready, but they're willing to do the things that the vast majority of people right now, over 97% of people on the planet right now, are not willing to do, or they're not willing to see. And so there's something innately in you, and I'm speaking to those who are ready to come to the edge, who are ready to have literally it all. So when something is off, right, we can talk about this as in the unseen world or the esoteric world or the spiritual realm, or just something, that little nudge that you have with inside you that says, there is something more for me. There is something I desire, something even greater than I have. And I have come to the realization that I can't buy another, faster sports car. I can't go on another vacation, or I can't, maybe even unhealthy habits you're picking up, the extra relationships, the high stakes, high risks things that you might be doing in order to get the serotonin, the dopamine hits that you really desire and you really crave, right? That's the what now. I've got all these things. I've got the accolades. I've got, I sit back here and here I am and I look around in my life and I have everything that the 8-year-old me, the 18-year-old me, even the 28-year-old me thought was going to take my entire life to achieve. And here I am, and I have them. And now what? What now? Right? What's next? I still have half, two-thirds of my life left. Now what do I do? Now how do I spend it? Now what is it that, even though I have all of the things that I set out to achieve and to experience and to have, I have them, but there's still something. There's something that feels like I'm not quite there. And I know deep down when I'm sitting quietly with myself that there is something deeper, there is something more to this life than what I can create in the physical world, meaning what I can, I could sign up for another Ironman. I could deepen the relationship that I have, or whatever the physical world is in, that your money as well, your bank account, your business, all of that. Yeah, I live a pretty damn good life. I live better than most could ever dream. And here I am. And there's a little bit of imposter syndrome, right, that sets in because God forbid anyone find out that I actually feel this way inside. That I actually know there's something even deeper, even more incredible, that I am being called, I am being pulled. I am being nudged by the universe, by my soul, to get a little bit more real with myself. And this, this is happening for you if one of those other three pillars is slightly off. So maybe you're someone who has all of the wealth. You have, again, all of the, the extra toys and the boats and I like to say, the home with the pristine yard. It looks like it's been the lawn's been trimmed with scissors, and the white picket fence, and everything from the outside seems to be so pristine. But behind closed doors, maybe it's the relationship, right? But everyone thinks that the way that I'm relating with my partner is something that they only could wish for, but if they only knew. And I would never want it to get out there. I would never want anyone to know, because on the surface, I look like I have it all. But there's something else behind closed doors that you don't know is happening. And I feel like I'm ready to have it all. I'm literally ready to claim it all out loud. And so I'm speaking to you right now. If this is coming up for you, like, yeah, I have, two out of these three. I'm really set. But there is something else. There is just something else that I'm not quite sure what it is. And I just need someone to tell me, here's what it is. Go do this thing. Go have this thing. Go be this thing. And if you just tell me what that is, I got it. I can handle it from here. I know how to do certain things. And maybe you don't. Maybe that is something you want me to help guide you through as well. And I can do that as well. But I am the person. I am the mentor, the coach, the healer that points to that thing that says, when you say, what now? Okay. Again, I have the things I've created in the physical world. On paper, from the outside, it looks like I've got it made. Only those people could only dream of having what it is that I've created. But I also understand there's something else, and that something else is going to take me to my edge, and that something else slightly terrifies me because I understand I'm stepping into a realm that I don't really understand, but I'm willing. I'm willing to do something that might feel even a little woo, in order to have it. So if you're telling me I have to do something, I have to admit, I have to, even in quantum physics, right? The seen world, the stuff that, like, you're hearing the sound of my voice, you're seeing me on this computer screen, that is only 0.00001% of what is real. Again, this is science. So when you can just feel into that, right? Look around the room and look at the tangible things that you have in your space. And when you can fathom, if your brain can fathom that 99.99999% you don't actually see, you don't visually see. It exists, it is there, but you don't see it. Can you feel it? Can you sense it? That is the nudge. That is the spiritual quest. That is the thing. That is the purpose. It is something that is immeasurable. It is something that is beyond measure. It is something that, as I have been speaking out loud and talking about, speaking to you, speaking to the people who work with me. It's not something that you will be able to say, okay, at the end of the day, I will have the yellow Lamborghini. That's the byproduct. At the end of the day, I will fall so madly, deeply in love with myself that all of the extra weight that I've been holding on to will just fall off. That's the byproduct of living your purpose. It might even be something where, at the end of the day, at the end of working with me, I'm going to decide that I'm going to leave this soul sucking job or relationship in trade for what I am meant to experience in this world. That is the byproduct of living your purpose. It's so silly simple, but it feels daunting, and it feels like, how can I possibly take everything that I've ever created in this world and then say, I'm willing to trade it in? If it means that I now step into who I truly am, and I'm no longer serving a God, I am living as the God within me. I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to admit and to honor and to recognize that this feeling, this sense that I have, that I am meant for even more in this world, that is greater than what I have created already. And I am willing. I am willing to step to the edge and fly. And it brings me to the analogy of the cocoon, right? The caterpillar in the cocoon. And having the sense, this is the clients that I work with is, you're in this cocoon and you've broken through it so many times. So many times you've made decisions over and over and over again that has got you to the successes that you're experiencing right now. And then you come into this new cocoon, which feels extra dark. And it feels, again, like I'm in the eye of the storm and I'm almost living like I'm lost. Like, I don't even know which direction to turn. I get up in the morning and I do the things that are helping and they're benefiting other people. And it feels good, but I want to feel great, right? It feels amazing to go through my workouts and to feel really good in my body. But there's something even greater. There's a higher peak that I can reach, that I can experience, and I know it. And I know I'm meant to lead, and I know I'm meant to have this divine answer that is something that is on the outside of me for right now. And when you can be pointed to it, and that's my job, is to point you to that thing, that life becomes incredibly exciting. You start to have the physiological things that happen in your body with the dopamine and the serotonin and, everything, the hormones that move you forward through life. Those are the things that you experience. And again, those are the byproducts of really understanding who it is that you are. So I help you answer the question, who am I? So as you are in this new cocoon, and the cocoon is feeling heavier, and you can sense your wings, right? And you have this dialogue with yourself of, but all of these little legs that I have, you're telling me I have to let go of all of these little legs that I have in order to fly? I've never flown before. I can sense them. I can kind of sense the wings that I have. I can kind of get an idea just of what it would be like to fly. I can almost let myself emotionally get there, almost visualize it, can feel it. But it's my legs, right? You're telling me I got to give up my legs? I got to only use my legs to land before I launch again? And these legs, in this analogy of these legs, are the people and the things that you've created in this physical world that you have to be willing to release. Because in truth, they may come with you, but you have to be willing. You have to be willing to come to the edge and to let that go. These things might be businesses that you've created. It might be the home that you've built. It might be, your understanding of what health really feels like in your body. But something greater is coming. And so I'm speaking to those who really are, you can sense this, you can feel this. I'm being pulled in this direction. I am being pulled to something that is so much greater. And I understand that it is immeasurable. It is beyond measure what I am desiring to experience next. And so as you're in that cocoon and you're making the decision, okay, I am going to allow my wings to spread. I am going to allow myself to break the cocoon enough. And I'm going to trust that as I spread my wings, that I will take that one, bat of the wings to take flight. And then what I discover is I actually can still land. I actually can still walk. But the vantage point, the view that I have from here, from taking flight, from allowing my wings to spread, is so much greater. I can, in one flap of my wings, get the same distance that I used to in a day's time. I can get in a moment's time. And that comes from that third leg, right? That comes from the unseen world. That comes from me really allowing me to live my purpose. And so that is the spiritual world. That is the esoteric. That is my soul merging and actually becoming one with my body. So many of us, I think, and just in where we are universally in the times, are either living very much in the body, in the physical world, in the 3D, from the head up, right? Thinking logically and moving forward and doing the mindset things in order to get to the next. Or the opposite, where we're living in spirituality and we're living in, only wanting to sit in, I'm going to say this, I'm going to say it out loud, in like drum circles, for example, or in, sound baths, or in breath work classes and yoga classes. And while, yes, all of that is important, there's a merging of them, right? There's a coming together of all of that. And so I'm speaking to the people also right now who have really, they understand they have made it in the physical world. They have climbed the corporate ladder, they have scaled their businesses, and they're looking for more. They're desiring for more. And this is my invitation to you. If I'm speaking to you, feel free to reach out to me. I am live right now in 3 different places on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and on YouTube. You can also, well, the best place probably would be to send me a direct message on Facebook, and I'll put down into the comments below my Facebook. I'm on my public personal Facebook page, and you can send me a message, and we can have a conversation and see if this is something that we would be good working together. Because as you hire me, I'm also hiring you. And I'll leave you with one final thought. I laugh sometimes when I say this is so silly simple, because as I am working with a client and as I am bringing through the information, not only scientifically, biologically, anatomically, but spiritually as well, I equate it to, the arrow in the FedEx logo. I remember the first time I saw that arrow and I was like, oh, I never saw that arrow. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, in the FedEx logo, there's an arrow and it is in between the words Fed and X. And FedEx did this on purpose, right? It's an arrow moving to the right. But once you see that arrow, you can't unsee it. Once it's there, it's there. So every time you see the FedEx logo, there's the arrow. And that's what I do with your purpose. We sit down together and we literally look at the map of your life. Again, this is something that I pull in from multiple different modalities, but in such a silly, simple way, but also incredibly divine, something that was already there already. That arrow was already there. Your purpose was already created for you. Now it's your job to step into it, to remember it, and to then live it. And that's something that the clients that I work with, they roll with. They understand they can take it, they can pick it up, and they can run with it. And it's having the focal point, right? It's having the confidence you have in the boardroom, the confidence you have on the golf course, is having that same amount of confidence as you live your life every single day. That's what I bring to you. So, again, I'm going to leave you with that thought. If it's something that you feel like you would like to work with me, feel free to send me a direct message. And yeah, have an amazing day, everyone.